I think Orphans is doing better than ever because it's our time. We are approaching 90 years in the community in service to the animals as well as people. We also have expanded our reach to the community with our Highland Park store, Northbrook Court, and Gurnee.
What we do here at Pet Supplies Plus gives exposure to cats that maybe otherwise wouldn't get much exposure because there's only a couple of cats here and there's hundreds at the shelter.
The reason that we opened the Highland Park location is because we wanted to create a place that's a little quieter, a little more family friendly, a little bit more aimed towards the people that would otherwise not be looking at shelter dogs.
I fear that a lot of people don't go to shelters because they're going to be scared that it's a whole depressing Sarah McLachlan kind of video, and it's not.
Look around, look at the settings that Orphans is in. It's not a doggy shelter. This is almost a resort.
It's a beautifully landscaped place. It looks almost like a theme park for dogs.
I would take my dogs here, for a day in the park. That's how the environment is here.
It's very welcoming from the moment that you walk in that front door to all the counselors and staff people that you meet walking through to the different areas. It's just very inviting, very open.
Here they gave you a little more, credit. One of the other shelters, they came out, they wanted to do a house visit, but here it was more like, you know what you're doing, we trust you, you're going to give the dog a good home.
They give you all the time you need to really pick out a companion that's good for you. They don't rush like other shelters are known for doing.
The staff was very friendly, very nice, very knowledgeable. I would ask about the dog. They took out a book. They told me everything that they knew about the dog.
When we approach a dog, we all know about the dog. We all have different insights into the dog, but we share that information among each other so that we can give them different points of view that come from real life experiences that we've had with the dogs.
Well, I think you become very close with the dogs, and then if you see people who are interested in them, maybe they're taking them for a test walk. If you can meet with them and talk to them for a little while, you give them insight into the personality.
Because we have so many wonderful volunteers here, they can help you find the right fit for you because we're walking these dogs 3 to 5 times a week. We understand them. And if you come to us saying, can you help me find a dog? Every volunteer here is going to want to help you send a dog home.
With the number of staff and the quality of the staff and the volunteers here, even though these dogs are in a shelter and this is their life right now, I feel that they're getting love and they're getting exercise and fresh air.
They just love the animals and they're so good with them. It was really heartwarming.
Everyone who is here loves the animals. It's not a business, it's about taking care of these animals who are under our care and giving them a home, loving them until they make it to their forever home.
When we adopted Waggles, one of the ladies actually started tearing up because she was so happy. It's kind of touching, to see that my baby was loved before I got her.
There's a dog that we had here for a long time named, I call her Miss Diamond, and she was here 7 years, and none of us really can explain why. Well, one of our volunteers connected a friend that she met on the internet with Miss Diamond, and the rest is history. She went home and has become Riley, and we stay in touch and get updates on how she's doing, and that's what really warms your heart.
Riley has just brought a lot of joy in my life. I was extremely lonely. I just got out of an unhealthy relationship, and I was coming home to nothing when I was used to coming home to 2 dogs. And then now I have Riley, who's just, I love her. She obviously loves me too.
I served in the Marine Corps for 5 years, and I've done the tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. So when I came back, I started having issues, and I noticed that my migraine started hitting me. I had nightmares, and then I was going visiting doctors and stuff like that, and they finally said, well, you got problems, you got PTSD. With myself, I get angry. Sometimes I get, off the handle. So especially when I'm driving, she gets me at ease because she's with me 24. So wherever I go, she goes. I'm not so watchful because she's always watching, so that gives me a lot of confidence and more, calms me down. So without Acacia and the Orphans of the Storm, You know, I would be alone in perspective of PTSD fighting with, you know, on my own. Well, obviously I got doctors taking care of me, but she gave me so much more.
Having animals in our lives makes us feel like more of a family.
He's actually brought us closer as a family, I would say. He's like a sibling to these kids.
They're part of the family, you know. They're my kids.
He's just added a new dimension, a new character to the house.
He's just given a lot of meaning to our lives. I mean, you definitely feel good having given a dog a home and, you know, giving them love and taking care of them. It gives you a responsibility.
I hear a lot of positive things from the adopters. They send me emails of pictures, they send letters, they call just to say, I cannot believe the animal's been to the shelter that long, they love them.
I get to hear about how nervous dogs have completely come out of their shell, how wild dogs have calmed down and relaxed and finally found a home, how kids have been playing with this dog for weeks and weeks and they couldn't ever imagine their life without one.
We received many letters back and phone calls, and what really the theme is, it's ended loneliness for so many people. It's changed lives for the better. It's brought them enormous joy and happiness. And for that, we're thrilled to be part of Orphans of the Storm.